Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. To my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm here to do a tutorial for you and I hope that you're inspired to try this for yourselves. To my regulars, thank you so much for joining me again today. I really appreciate your continued support. So for this tutorial, let me show you a picture of what we're going to be making. This is a box I created for Tiffany, who is Knit Needs Crafts on YouTube. She was hosting a 500 subby challenge giveaway and to bring awareness to sarcoidosis, which is an inflammatory autoimmune disease. So this was my submission to her. And I had a lot of people request that I do a tutorial on how I created this box. The embellishment box, which is this size, is inside of this box. So I'm going to be showing you how I made this box today. So to begin with, you need to determine the size of your embellishment box. So for this box here, it also comes with this tab on the end. You need to determine if you want to keep this tab or not. For my box, I did keep it because I did hang a dangle on the end of it. So I'm gonna do this tutorial to include the tab. So the measurement for this box with the tab comes to almost 5 3/4 inches. Okay, so almost 5 3/4 is a little bit shy of that. If you want to cut the tab off, then your box comes to about 5 1/8. Okay, so the length of it here is about almost 2 3/4 inches, just shy of 2 3/4, more like maybe 2 5/8. And then the side, don't forget to measure the side of it. This one is 7/8 inch wide, but I'm going to leave 1/4 inch so that if you wanted to decorate the top, you have about 1/4 inch to play with. So that takes us to 1 1/8. Okay, so this is the size that we have, 5 3/8 by 2 3/4 by 1 1/8. Okay, so that's what I base my measurements off of. So that means that because this is 1 1/8 that I'm going to be using for my box depth, that means that I'm going to be doing score lines at 1 1/8 inch around the box, except for the top, which is going to be the lid. So to begin with, your paper is going to be 9 1/8 wide by 10 inches. So 9 1/8 by 10 inches. All right, so let's do our score lines. So on the 9 1/8 side, you're going to score it at 1 1/8. Oops, already. And this paper that I'm using is the Joann's Basil paper. So 1 1/8, and then we're going to score at 4, and then we're going to score again at 5 1/8. And then we're going to score again at 8. Take your paper and rotate it clockwise. And you're going to make another score at 1 1/8. And then at 7 1/8. And then at 8 1/4. So that's it for all of the scoring. Now what I like to do is I like to make my cuts first before I fold and burnish it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna mark off the ones that the squares that we're gonna cut off. So this is the 9 1/8 side going across here. So at the top, we're going to cut this piece off, these two, this one, and then we're going to cut these two off right here. And then at the bottom, we're going to cut this one off. Okay, so that's what you're going to cut off. So let's begin. You're going to cut all the way up to this line here, to the second score line. Okay, so when you're finished cutting, this is how your box should look. And now I'm going to fold and burnish my score lines. Okay, so this is what your box is going to look like. So what I like to do is I like to take my corner rounder and just round these corners. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the mat pieces. Now I can go ahead and mat this first, or I can fold my box and do my mats that way. I like to leave it open and do my matting first. So let me show you the mats. I'm going to do a double mat, and I'm going to use some of this gold mirror paper or cardstock, and you need 2 pieces at 2 5/8 by 5 3/4 inches, and this is for the front and back. You're also going to need 2 side pieces at 7/8 of an inch by 5 3/4 inches. You're also going to need, for the front flap of the box, you're going to need 1 piece at 2 5/8 of an inch by 1 1/2 inches. And you're going to need one for the top of the box, which is 2 5/8 by 7/8 of an inch. So this is the first mat layer. The second mat layer, which is going to be at the very top, you're going to need 2 of these, front and back, at 2 3/8 inches by 5 1/2 inches. Then you're going to need 2 side pieces, which measure 5/8 of an inch by 5 1/2 inches. And then you're going to need, for the front flap, 1 piece at 2 3/8 of an inch by 1 1/4 inches. And then you're going to need your top layer piece, and you only need 1, 2 3/8 of an inch by 5/8 of an inch. Okay, so that's what you're going to need. So I'm going to put all of these together right now. Okay, you guys, so this is how your mat layering should look, but I accidentally skipped a step and I was supposed to put a magnet on this. So I'm gonna go back and show you how to insert the magnet on your mat. And by the way, I am using this origami paper that I got at Daiso. And the reason why I'm using this origami paper is because if you're using a magnet, this paper is really thin and the magnet seems to work so much better than if you were to use regular cardstock. So I'm gonna do another mat piece and I'm gonna show you how that goes. Okay, so we're gonna use a magnet, and this is going to be your front flap. So we're gonna put a magnet on here, and you need to take into consideration where the mat pieces are gonna fall. You know what, you guys? I forgot to do this to round my corners. So you put this on and find out where your mat is and find the center, and that seems to cover it up nicely. So we're going to go ahead and take some of this tape, take some score tape or some tear tape, and just tear off a piece and just put it up about where your magnet needs to be. And put your score tape on there. Okay. So let's go ahead and add this piece. Take some glue I'm using art glitter glue. So there's that. And then we're going to add the rest of our mats. This piece, we're gonna add it after we do the magnet. But first of all, let's put the rest of this box together. So I'm gonna glue the side. And make sure you line up your edges really well. And then you're going to take your bottom flaps and push them in. You don't have to do this step, but I like to add glue to the flaps. And also what you're going to determine is, in order to get a nice clean finish down here, you're going to find out where your front is. You're going to put these flaps in, put your back piece in, and then press this down. Then that way you have a nice clean finish at the back. It doesn't look like this. Okay, where this is kind of sticking up. You have a nice clean finish. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And then you can open up your box and take your bone folder, press it down. Okay. So then you're going to take the other piece of your magnet, the other side of your magnet, and you're just going to put it on there and it'll find it. And what I like to do is I like to take a drop of glue, add it to the back of that magnet, and then close my box. And wherever that glue dot lands is where that magnet is going to go. So that's where it needs to be. So I'm going to take it off of here, stick it right there in that glue, and I'm going to take some more of this score tape and I'm just going to put it on there just to make sure that it stays. And then I'm going to take this piece and put it on top. There you go. It's on there. Okay, so there's your box. It's so pretty. So let's decorate it. Okay, you guys, I had trouble trying to figure out which bow I wanted, but this is one of those faux leather glitter bows that I got from Carolina. And let's make sure that our embellishment box fits. like a glove. All right, you guys, so this is the finished box. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. So if you have stayed with me in this video up until this point, I am going to be having a giveaway for this box. So if you are 18 years of age or older and you live in the United States, leave a comment in the section below. Make sure you include beautiful box in your comment. All right, I am going to pick a winner on Sunday, May 9th, Mother's Day. So if you want to participate, go ahead and leave a comment. And the other surprise is I'm going to have 2 winners. I have another box to give away. If you want a chance to win, make sure you leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, make sure you are 18 years of age or older, you live in the United States, and I'm closing this out at midnight Pacific Standard Time on Saturday night, and I will pick a winner at some point on Sunday. All right, you guys take care. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.